Getting to your first seven-figure year might be harder than you realize. It's actually true. 96% of companies in the US never make it to the second comma in revenue. I've been talking about this for a long time, and the truth is it's harder than you think. But there are a few things you can do to simplify your process to get to your first $1 million year. Between coaching, consulting, and speaking, I've talked to thousands of contractors over the last 5 or 6 years. And the majority of the guys that are stuck under that $1 million are struggling with a few things specifically. I can dig it out of them, I can ask the questions, but ultimately it's your job as the person trying to be one of those 4%ers that make it to 7 figures. You have to take action on it. And here are a few things you can do to make sure that happens for you this year. Number 1, niche down your offer. Stop trying to be for everybody. When you're trying to be for everybody, you're for no one. What I mean by that is there's a lot of people that might need something that you do, but few people are going to trust that you're the best at it. When you're under $1 million, it's easy to chase revenue because you're just trying to grow money. But what happens is you don't niche down enough so that you become known for that thing. And it could be bathrooms, it could be kitchens, it could be decks, it could be power wash, it could be roofing. You might see all the time roofers, then they try to do siding and windows and gutters and fencing, and it's just you need to be known for something. And so that doesn't happen overnight. You might need to pivot in that direction. You might need to keep saying yes to things that you don't want to be known for, but the website, the messaging, the way you introduce yourself, the way that people, what do? You have to niche the way you communicate about what you do. Niche just means pare down. It means do less, but do lower quantity of things at a higher quality of deliverable. So if you can niche down your offer, niche down what you do, even simplify. I've had people say, if some people that are niched have like 5 different options. Pare it down to 3. Limit the decision fatigue. Like, people want less options. When you give consumers too many options, they overthink it. They don't know what to pick. You know, I had a client one time who was a roofer. They were niched. They operated in a very specific geographic area, and they had a warranty that they sold. It was an extended warranty that included certain things. They had 5 options, struggling selling them. We pared it down to 2. Sold hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of warranties because we simplified the process. It went from, do I want any one of these 5? I don't know, to, are you option A or option B? Oh, I'm option B. Cool, easy sale. So sometimes it's you already niched in what you do, but you have to niche down how you sell what you do to elevate the client's ability to choose you as their provider. Number 2, they don't focus on lead gen. If you want to get to $1 million in a year, you have to generate more opportunities. So once you've niched down what you do, whether the offer or the service, you have to generate leads at a higher rate. You might say, marketing's not for me, I can't afford it. You can't afford to not generate leads. If you want to get to 7 figures, here's the problem I think most people, the mindset they miss. You only have 12 months, 365 days to collect $1 million to be a $1 million business. Even if you sell $2 million but can only produce $800,000, you can't be a $1 million business. $1 million businesses are measured January 1st to December 31st, or whatever your fiscal year is. I don't need you outliers telling me, well, my fiscal year is not January 1st. You know what I mean. You have 365 days in your fiscal year. That's how long you have to collect the money. You know, I've seen people sell 11 million but only collect 8 million, but say they're a $10 million business. No, they're not. The truth is they're not. The truth is they're an $8 million business that sold 11 million. You have to be able to collect it. To do that, you need some form of lead generation. So once you've chosen your niche, your offer, you got to generate leads for it. There's 100 different ways to do that, but you have to make sure that every day your company is generating awareness to attract qualified clients. Step 3, once you niche, then you generate leads. Now you need a sales process. You need a way to convert those opportunities. This could be an in-person, it could be an over the phone, it could be virtual, it could be a lot of different ways depending on what business you operate, but you need a way to take that lead and convert them to a client. I see this missed all the time. People don't have a process, they don't follow up, they don't show up, they don't deliver. Like, the amount of times I hear people say, I've called 5 contractors, 2 showed up, but no one actually sent a quote. Bro, this isn't rocket science. Someone wants to give you money. Show up on time, deliver a quote, follow up to make sure they got what they needed, and then close the damn deal. Like, this is not complicated. You being passive and waiting for somebody to call you. The amount of time I've asked this question, hey, what's your sales process? Oh man, if they want to do business with me, they're going to call back. No, they're not. No, they're not. You need to navigate and lead that conversation to success. So developing a sales process to take that lead, nurture it to a contract so that you can make money, because nothing happens on the lead. You're not a lead generation company. You're a production for revenue company. You need a sales process to nurture that. And it could be as simple as call them when they submit their information, show up when you say you're going to, and follow through on developing and delivering a quote. You'll beat most of your competition just doing those three things effectively. It doesn't even be this long, drawn out, scripted sales process. Just say, we are going to call people back the same day. We are going to show up when we say we're going to, and we're going to deliver a quote. That's going to beat most of your competition to get to $1 million. Please do that. Please, simple. Just do that part. Number 4, phase 4, step 4, whatever you want to call it. You have niche, you have generated lead, and now you've converted. Now you need to produce that project profitably. This is a part a lot of people miss. They just go produce, collect money, and don't manage it. You need a way to make sure that you're pricing correctly, like we talked about. You need a way to make sure that you're protecting expenses once you get it. So you sell it for a price. You have to produce it for less than that. That requires project management. That requires accountability. That requires sub-management or vendor management or supply management. It requires you to oversee the execution of that, not just to get it done, but get it done profitably. Implementing systems like JobTread or QuickBooks or a CRM, there's a lot of them out there. I'm not picking a specific one. Allows you to oversee the execution of that project so you can collect money profitably. Because doing $1 million and it costing you 1.1 also puts you out of business. Like, congratulations, you're a seven-figure company with 7 figures in expenses. Doesn't get the job done and keep you doesn't keep you successful long term. But overall, you have to hire subs, train employees, office people, admins. You need people to execute the project profitably. So make sure that you're focusing on scaling beyond yourself. Because if you are the only one wearing a tool belt, if you're the only one that's on the projects doing the jobs, you are not going to be able to get to 7 figures on your own. It is a very, very difficult, not saying impossible, incredibly difficult process to do. And then you might get there, but then you'll burn out, like we talked about in another video, and you won't be able to sustain, and you'll fall off. So produce the project profitably. Very important. Step 5, in order to get to a 7-figure company, you need to learn how to hire and delegate. This isn't just from the labor side or the vendor side. It is also internally. There are a lot of administrative, what I consider low value tasks, right? If you're the CEO, you're the most valuable, highest paid employee. You shouldn't be checking the mailbox. You shouldn't be paying bills. You shouldn't be doing certain things. There are certain things inside your company that you can hire somebody else to do. That is a part of building the volume to generate $1 million in income in a year. You just need more hands, because you can't hop from one hat to the other inside your company and get enough done to get to $1 million. So hiring and delegating will be a skill set that is going to be necessary to get to it. I don't trust them. I don't think they can do it. I don't care what you think about it. If you have not been able to generate $1 million in revenue in a year, this is a necessary step that you have to evolve through. Please look at videos, hire a coach, get involved, ask a friend, do something to learn how to hire and delegate more effectively, or you'll just never be able to do enough volume to collect 7 figures in 1 calendar year. Step 6, once you've gotten there, how do you stay there? It is very important that you focus on branding and client reviews. As you get to the point you generate 7 figures, you don't want to get there once then fall off, because you built a machine, right? You hired, you delegated, you built systems, you got softwares, you built overhead, you got an office, you bought trucks to do 7 figures. If you start to dip off, you can't afford all that stuff. So you need your brand to keep up with that. So having your Google My Business, having your website, having Google reviews, getting testimonials, building a brand behind what you do. It's no longer just you in a truck anymore. You have now built a company. It requires a company to do 7 figures. To keep at 7 figures, you need your branding to keep up with that. So making sure that you're using good client experiences, getting testimonials, getting reviews, building a brand that the local market can know, like, and trust will keep you in the 7 figures. If you don't do that, you just work really hard one year and do 7 figures, you will fall off the next year, and you're at a high propensity of going bankrupt because you built a machine around 7 figures, but now you're not producing it anymore. So make sure you have consistency behind your brand and your client experience in the public eye, i.e. Google My Business, Facebook, website, things like that allow you to maintain the flow of information, people, and relationships to keep you in that 7-figure mark so that you can keep all the expenses that you just added to get there in the first place. Overall, that is a 6-step process to go from $0 to $1 million in 1 calendar year. But this is not as simple as those 6 steps. There's a lot more that goes into it. Go into the description below, click on the link, sign up for our free course. There's a free course on how to build your contracting business. There's a lot of great information in there. I built it for you. Like, I built WinRate. I built what I do. I started coaching to help guys like you get success early on in their business, to build something they can be proud of and can give them the lifestyle they want. Win fast, win often is what I do. I help people win, and it starts with you investing in yourself. But just the only investment I need from you, click the link, sign up for the free course, watch it, deploy it. Hopefully these 6 things help you get to 7 figures this year.